People, welcome back to Straight from the Kettle. Today I have a very interesting story to share with you guys. This one is coming out of New Zealand, and I am going over this article, and I also watched a documentary. I ripped a clip from YouTube, as you guys are seeing on your screen right now. But this article I am reading that they released before this video documentary slash you're seeing on your screen right now. So the title goes, definitely worth a trespass. Instagram users risk it all to frolic in New Zealand infinity pools. The article reads, they climbed over barbed wire, past private property, signs, and posed precariously on the edge of a 50-meter cliff face, all to get the perfect Instagram shot. A growing number of social media users are trespassing on private property at a beach west of Auckland to frolic in natural infinity pools on a cliff top, some in the nude and diving in the owners to despair. Diving the owners to despair. I'm sorry, guys. We've absolutely had enough, says Buzz Cronfield. This is the owner of one of the family plot that they all own, and there's 3 plots of land on the Anawata Beach, which is 50 kilometers from New Zealand's largest city, Auckland. Anawata is pristine, remote, wild, and the view from high above on Cronfield's property might be, unfortunately for its owners, among the best in New Zealand. Now, chasing off would-be Instagram stars has become a full-time source of distress for its owners, and mostly young visitors befoul the landscape, dirty the water, and put themselves in danger of taking photos on the edge of a 50-meter rock face, he said. If they go over the edge, they won't survive, said Cronfield. This is the owner of the property, guys. Adding that, visitors often drank alcohol at the pools, which increased the risk. It's amazing. It hasn't happened already. Cronfield Four Bears bought the beach property in 1962 and is split into 3 sections. The family maintains the plot themselves and keep the modest beach house on the land. All was peaceful until about 5 years ago, Cronfield told The Guardian, when his property suddenly started to receive a lot of visitors. We couldn't work out why so many people were coming, he said. Then someone said, it's because the pools are all over the internet. Finding the secret pools at Anawata Beach has become a piece of an online lure. Directions are listed on tourist sites. Instagrammers who visit call it a hidden gem, Auckland's best secret. Wow. So you mean to tell me this guy owns this private property and you have all these Instagram stars coming around frolicking, taking pictures and acting like they found a gem, but in reality and all actuality, it's private property that they're doing all of this from. They're breaking a law. So others are more direct. I'm reading the article, end quote. Definitely worth a trespass, one woman on Instagram captioned on her picture. One of the nicer places I have urinated, wrote a young man below a picture of himself relaxing in the pools. That's disgusting. Because you know what happened, guys? I watched the documentary and the guy that put the caption, one of the nicer places I have urinated, this is the man's drinking water, bro. Like, literally, this is his drinking water, right? Going back to the article. During summer, Cronfield said, visitors number 30 to 40 a day. I kicked 23 people out the pools once. He said, adding that some were angry when asked to leave. How are you getting angry? This is private property. But yeah, let me carry on with the article. And on a couple occasions, his relative had almost come up to blow with trespassers. Meaning they probably almost got in a squabble, a fight, fist fight, whatever. But if I own this property, honestly, guys, let me give my 2 cents. I won't read any more of the article. If you guys want to read it, you can go on The Guardian. This was published in June 2020. And the documentary came out today, July 13th, 2020. And I'm not gonna be honest with you guys, like, watching this documentary was a bit disturbing because this is a private property you have here a family that lives here. Not maybe it's not just a husband and wife, but I'm sure there's a couple generations living on this property. And you have these Instagrammers coming, frolicking, taking their pictures, doing all kinds of weird stuff in the man's drinking water. And they're all doing it in the name of Instagram. And in the documentary, there's a specific scene where a couple got caught. I don't know what they just done, but I honestly figured it could be alleged, but based on the way how they were corresponding with Mr. Cronfield, I feel like more or less they probably just had sex in his drinking fountain, and they see it as an infinity pool, but it's not an infinity pool. Like, this is the dude's drinking water. So with that being said, my advice to Mr. Cronfield and his family, based on what I've gathered, based on what I've read, based on what I've watched from the documentary, in all honesty, your relatives had the money to buy that land. I would say, hey, to the rest of the family members, let's come together. Let's put some money together, because this shit is getting out of hand. It's ridiculous. Like, we have thoughts in our drinking water. I'm not trying to be funny, but I know it's funny, but like literal thoughts and man whores coming here skinny dipping, taking pictures in the nude, all kinds of things, having sex, God knows what, right? So I would say to my family members, all who own the piece of the land, along with myself being Mr. Cronfield, I would have said, hey, let's all put some money together. Let's get some electric fences as far as we could get it. Far as we can get that electric fence. And if we don't own, let's just say hypothetically speaking, if we don't own firearms, let's go get our license to bear arms. Get some shotguns and some long-range rifles. Because I swear to God, private property, trespassing is a serious crime. And if you trespass on private property, the owner could do whatever they please, because there's a law that protects them. You're trespassing on private property, private owned land. Go to Area 51 and see what happens. That's private property. I dare you guys to go there saying you're going to look for aliens to take a picture with the alien. Let's see what happens. You're going to get shot, or you're going to go in jail for the rest of your life. Because what you're going to see, they're not going to let you come back out and talk about it, because you know what? You trespassed on private fucking property. Yeah. Private property. Bro, this is hella disrespectful, bro. Like, I honestly, there's two ways you could go about this. Actually, one way, really one way. You go to the property, it says private, no trespassing. You know, you find the owners, say, hey, Mr. Cronfield, if you don't know them, say, hey, sir or ma'am, we're just in the area. We're on the beach having some fun, and we wanted to just explore just outside of what the beach has to offer. You know, like, we've heard good stories about the infinity pool. Would you be okay in taking us around on a tour of your property? That's the way to go about it, my guy. Because you know what? You only can get two answers. Either a yes or a fucking no. Get the fuck off my property, right? And that's what I would have done in all actuality. But Instagram is letting people do some crazy things. And these crazy things are going to cost them their life. And honestly, I feel bad for this guy. Hopefully he hears this video, and he looks, from what I've seen in the documentary, he looks like a really easygoing guy, like a cool guy. But Mr. Cronfield, if you have some money put away, my nigga, go invest in some electric fences, invest in some shotguns and some long-range rifles, bro. Because I'm giving them 3 warning shots. After the 3rd warning shot, if they haven't left, I'm popping caps and asses, bro. Because this is hella disrespectful. This guy had this property. This property has been in his family since 1926. That's a lot of fucking generations, bro. Now we're in 2020. You do the math. Yeah? That's a long fucking time. Excuse my language. But yeah, 1926 to 2020, right? And this is coming out just now. Before they had little people who wandered around on the property and so forth, but maybe you could give them a pass because like Instagram wasn't out yet, so like, you know, they stumbled upon it. Okay, give them a pass, all right, don't fucking come back. But now this guy's property is a site attraction and he's not even advertising as an attraction. Like, that's fucked up, bro. But Mr. Kronos, if you get a chance to hear this video, somebody in your family, my advice to the Chromefield's, invest in some electric fences and get some rifles and some shotguns, long-range rifles, and get to work. Because these kids in the Instagram, they just do it for the gram, bro. They'll die just to get a photo. That's the reality we live in. So if you want to die trespassing, be Mr. Chromefield's guest. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys get a chance, you could go check out the documentary. It's called Invasion of the Instagrammers. The article is in The Guardian. It was published June 2020, last month. I think June 24th. But you could just search it up. Just type in Mr. Chromfield Infinity Pool. Just Google it. You'll see it pop up. It's in New Zealand. But yeah, folks, thanks for checking in. This straight from the kettle. You guys have a good day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts in the comment section. What would you do if this was your property? What would you do if you were Mr. Chromfield? If you had all these thoughts in your drinking water, what would you do? All these thoughts and man whores in your drinking water. What would you have done? But anyways, thank you guys.